Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I was going to take you through my nighttime routine and how I take off my makeup. I don't have a lot on, but I do have waterproof mascara on. Hopefully you can see through my glasses. And just like some basic makeup, nothing crazy, but this is what I would do even if I had a full face of makeup on. So yeah, let's just hop right in. Okay, so the first step is my Pond's cold cream. So you can see that. So I use this as a makeup remover. So I'm going to take off my rings and stuff too. So I'm just going to grab a nice little size dollop. And then I usually like to put a little bit on each eye, just so I know I have some extra for the waterproof mascara. And I'll take the rest on dry skin and just start working it in to my face. So I really like Pond's cold cream to take off makeup because it's gentle, it's hydrating, and it's inexpensive. Like, I don't think it's worth it to buy a really expensive cleansing balm to take off my makeup when this works perfectly fine. So I like to hold it here for just a little bit to kind of break up the waterproof mascara, and then just gently rubbing just really working it into the face. And I have some makeup down my neck too, so make sure I get it there. And I really like to work this in because it really helps dissolve all the makeup and break it all up. Make sure you get in the hairline and, you know, everywhere you put makeup on. And I really like to work the lash line because I do put a lot of mascara on. So I just want to make sure it's all coming off. Alright, you can see my hands are all nice and greasy, so is my face. I'm going to get the water pretty warm. A little bit warmer than I would normally use on my face because I'm going to use so I'm actually going to use a little washcloth, get that nice and wet. Wring it out just a little bit. And then I like to use a washcloth to take off the balm. So I'm just going to gently start taking this all off from my face. Really gently rubbing. You can see this towel's kind of already dirty, but you can see the makeup on there. So just really gently. I also like to use this because it is a gentle exfoliator too, because I don't push too hard on my skin. Just enough to get the balm and all the makeup off. So if I'm not wearing makeup that day, I skip this step, obviously. This is only if I'm wearing makeup. I really like to make sure I get all of it off my face. It's all nice and clean. Give my lips a little gentle exfoliation while I'm at it. Just really make sure I get all of that off. Okay, feels pretty good. Alright, my next step is I'm going to use my normal cleanser now. So I like to double cleanse when I have makeup on. So if I don't have makeup on, I'll go straight to this step, which is my Clinique Rinse Off Foaming Mousse Cleanser. So I'm going to make the water just kind of lukewarm, not super hot, not super cold. Just get my face a little wet. I'm just going to take a nice little dollop. I hope they can see that. Where are you? There you are. I'm just going to work that for my skin just to make sure I have most of my makeup off. And I always like to get my neck and underneath my jawline because I find that I get breakouts like along here if I forget. So really want to make sure you're working it all over. And I try to work it for about a minute or so just to make sure I'm really getting the full benefits. And obviously this skincare routine has been working for me, but it might not work for you, so just keep that in mind. You might need to find your own thing. But if you have dry acne prone skin, this might be a good jumping off point for you, or maybe get a few of these things and jump off from there. But this is what I like. Alright, so now that I feel sufficiently washed, rinse it off again with lukewarm water. Alright, and I'm gonna pat my skin dry. I'm actually gonna take a shower now. So I do like to get my makeup and stuff off before I take a shower because the steam will help open up your pores some. So you don't want the makeup all to like sink further down in. So I like to wash my face before I shower if I can, or at least take the makeup off first. So I'm gonna go shower and wash my hair and do all that good stuff. And then I will be back to finish up my skincare routine. Okay, so I'm all out of the shower. I'm fresh-faced, clean, put lotion on my body, feeling great. So the next step in my nighttime routine is I use this toner. This is the Mario Badescu Glycolic Acid Toner. So I use this as my daily exfoliant. It's really gentle, and yeah, I love it. I think it's doing a great job. So I just put it straight in my hand. I just pour a little bit out of my hands. I think for me, putting it on a cotton pad or something, I always feel like I'm wasting so much product, and I just feel like it gets better results when I just put it directly on my skin. So I'm gonna let that sink in for a second because tonight I'm feeling a little like a pamper, little mini session. So normally I would do this and then go on to my other stuff. But before I do the rest of my skincare, I'm actually gonna do a mask. So this is the Formula 10.0.6, I don't know. This is the Pores Be Pure one. I love these masks. They're easy to find and they're fairly inexpensive. And I think they do a good job. So I'm gonna use this one tonight. So I wanna just make sure though that this is all dried down and has done its exfoliating job before I put the mask on, because I don't wanna wash off this too when I wash off the mask. So I just wanna make sure this is nice and dried down. All right, so I'm just gonna do a nice, not too thick but not too thin layer of this, like a pretty decent layer all over my face. Just feeling like a little mini spa time. All right, so I'm just gonna let this sit for, let's see, what does it say? 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm gonna let this sit for 10 to 15 minutes and then I'll be back to finish my normal routine. Okay, so this mask is pretty much ready to be washed off. Okay, so I'm gonna pat my skin dry again. So normally I would go from toner to this step, so I would skip the mask step like on a normal night. So the next thing I'm going to use is my CosRx Advanced Snail Mucus. I love this stuff. I've talked about this a lot recently. So I like to take 3 pumps of this and I just kind of spread it across both my hands. I don't like to rub my hands together when I get product on it because you're kind of just wasting the product by rubbing it into your skin hand, your hands. So I also like to take this up my neck, So like I said before with this, I like to let this sit for a little bit. So I'm just gonna give it a couple minutes to soak in. Any of the remaining I kind of just like to rub in my hands. I do that with all my products. So I'm just gonna give this a couple minutes really quick. Normally right now I'd brush my teeth because I have an electric toothbrush and it gives me a 2-minute timer, which is like the perfect amount of time to let this sink in. But I am still drinking something, so I'm gonna brush my teeth later, but normally I brush my teeth right now. So, but I find that like 2 minutes brushing my teeth is like the perfect amount of time, and then it cuts down on like my time. I'm doing something else while this is like sinking in, which is nice. So just give us a little bit longer. Okay, so that's been soaking in for about 2 minutes. My next step is moisturizer. So I'm gonna use my Clinique Dramatically Different gel. I love this stuff, talked about this before as well. I like to try new face masks mostly. I don't really, if I find stuff that works for like my everyday skincare stuff, I like to stick to it because my skin is acne prone, so I don't like to like jump around too much once I find like a good routine. If a routine is working for me and then all of a sudden stops, that's when I'll try new stuff, because your skin does like hit plateaus and like gets used to stuff, so you do need to change it up every now and then, but for the most part, if I find a routine I like, I'll stick with it for a while. So my next step is eye cream. I've talked about this stuff a bunch too. This is the Hyaluronic Eye Cream by Amari Badescu. Love, love, love. Talked about this so many times. So my under eyes are feeling a little dry and crepey, so I'm gonna put a pretty good amount on there. Remember, just gently rub. You don't want to pull or tug or anything, so just very gentle. I like to bring it out here too, where you get your crow's feet and stuff, and down nice and low. Remember, it's not like right about here, so you gotta make sure you bring it out and down. Alright. Then my next step is my oils. So I like to mix oils. So I use 4 drops of jojoba, 3 drops of rosehip. It sounds like I'm baking something. And 2 drops of tea tree oil. So those are the 3 I like to mix together. I find that this amount is actually working really well for my skin. I'm finding my skin very hydrated, very clear, and yeah, I just really like it. I think I may try to make like my own mix like in a bottle so I don't have to like mix these every single night, but for now this is working. So 4 drops of this, 3 drops of rosehip, and then 2 drops of tea tree. Oh, accidentally got 3. That's alright. So I like to mix those a little bit and then just press this into the skin. Just really get that nice and pressed in. Now if my skin's feeling pretty hydrated, or if it's the summer, I'll leave this here and this will be my last step. But my skin's been feeling pretty dry lately, so I've been adding an extra step at night. I'm gonna let this absorb a little bit, and then I'll do that final step. While that's absorbing, I'll talk about the final product I'm going to use. So I ordered this, you probably saw it on my Ulta haul. This is the Freeman Feeling Beautiful Hydrating Water Gel Mask. So this is a leave-on mask. And I've been really, really liking this at night. I've been using it every night. I know it says to only use twice per week, but it also says as often as needed. So I've been using this as like a gel cream or a gel moisturizer almost that you would put on like normal, and I've just been using this at night, and it really just like locks all my products in, I feel like, and I feel like it's just keeping my skin extra moisturized and really letting those products work even better, because this is kind of like sealing it all in, if that makes sense. So I've been really enjoying this. I don't use too much, and it's a lot cheaper than like any other type of moisturizer. So, and it's so big that like I feel like it's gonna last me a while, and it's so cheap that like like I enjoy using it. So and I think it's been doing a really good job of keeping my skin nice and moisturized. I waked up and my skin still feels like glowy and moisturized. Doesn't feel like the life's been sucked out on me in the middle of the night and like all my products had absorbed and there was like nothing left on my face. This really makes it feel like there was, it all got like absorbed and like my skin feels like really hydrated. So I just use a little bit, that much. And I just use it as I would a normal moisturizer. So I'll just spread this around, nice thick layer. And on my neck as well. And then I put a little bit on my chest too. And the remaining on my hands. So this is what I pretty much do every night minus the face mask. It's been working really well for my skin. I haven't had like very many breakouts at all. I had a few this week because it was my time of the month or whatever you want to call it. But other than that, my skin has been really clear and smooth and it's been working really, really well for me. So I hope you found some products that maybe you want to try out and maybe hopefully they'll work for you. But for now, that's going to be it. So I will see you in the next adventure. Bye.